Going to be going training at 12, so in about 2 hours. So it's a little Red Bull for a little kick of energy, bit of porridge and banana. So it's Tuesday morning. I'm on my way to training. So I've not done anything since Saturday. So obviously watched that cup final and stuff Sunday. Ate a bit of shit, but yesterday's food was good. It was very good actually. Plenty of vitamins, plenty of variety, good clean carbs, proteins. It's fucking cold though still. It's still cold. So yeah. I'm going training now, so I'm just going to hit the bags and do some bodyweight stuff. But the bags will, start off slow, ease into it. Hit a few kind of medium powered rounds, maybe like 3 or 4 rounds with a bit of speed. And have a bit of a break, like 5 minutes or so, do some push-ups, sit-up stuff, body weight, legs, nothing too explosive. And then I'm just going to go on the assault bike. And I'm going to do 3 times 30 seconds with 3 minutes in between, just to get my body used to obviously just working hard, and mitochondria and whatnot will be recovering throughout the week to still remember how to produce energy quickly when they need to. But yeah, so we'll do this. I'm gonna go get myself like a new tracksuit top and probably bottoms as well for the weekend, just so I've got something to wear at the venue. So my other clothes are all a bit messy now, and I'm obviously not going to wear jeans and all that when I'm competing. I'm not during it, but just before. Just want to be comfy in a tracksuit or something, since I've just kind of messed all my current tracksuits up. And then, mentally, still feeling fine. Plays in my mind a bit, but like I said, this is my 4th time doing this now. So it's more so kind of like a feeling of maybe just needing to take things a bit more serious and being a bit more in the zone. Whereas especially the first couple of times, they were particularly daunting. It was pretty kind of, you have periods where you chill and then you're like, oh my God, why have I done this? Then you'll be kind of doing something, feeling all right, and then you'll get this feeling of dread come over you. Kind of like senses of dread, anxiety, panic, what ifs. But this time around, don't get me wrong, you could be lying in bed or something, or in a compromised position in the shower or something like that, going to the toilet, and you'll think about it. And I think a lot of the scariness, for me anyway, comes when I think about it, like say like in bed. So if I'm like lying in bed at night, I'm like, in my head I feel like, oh no, like a fight's really scary, or I'm not prepared. But contextually, I'm not prepared because I'm lying in bed, and it's almost like my body gets scared on the basis that I'm not ready, because I am not ready because I'm lying in bed. But then when I'm obviously out and about, and I'm kind of on my feet, or if I'm doing something else, if I'm going to training or whatever, even just during the day, I kind of feel like I could be ready to fight in 5 minutes, or spar, or kind of, do anything like that. Boxing related, what I mean? It's hard to explain. It's kind of like when I'm up and about and I feel sharp and I feel good and I feel like I'm awake and all that, I feel ready to fight at any point. But when I'm lying in bed and you're kind of like half snoozing, and then you think of it, it's like my brain doesn't it thinks about it, but it thinks about, whoa, what if you were fighting right now? Which obviously would mean I'd be getting straight out of bed half asleep fighting, and then my body panics. But when I'm kind of doing something, like now, I don't panic. I feel quite good about it. Don't get me wrong, there's pressure. But pressure's usually a good thing. Pressure makes you perform better, makes you want to do your best. It's the same for fear as well. There's a bit of fear there. not loads of fear, but you always know at the back of your head that there's people watching. It's the real event, so your opponent's going to be really going for it. I guess it's like in sparring. If you do something wrong or whatever, you kind of know that nobody's going to take your head off. Whereas in this, somebody is going to take your head off because, you know what I mean, they've got people watching. Like, if you get a free clean punch, someone's going to go for it. But then the flip side of that is that kind of fear or that knowledge in your head is what kind of makes you sharper. It's what makes you perform better. What's make you better on the day. So, yeah, pressure's good. Bit of fear's good. Drive. I'm a competitive person, so the sake that I'm, wanting to do good for myself, not wanting to lose. All these things I think are good mental attributes. It's just a case of managing them. So, like I said, sometimes I think about it for, even like 20, 30 minutes. And then you think, right, I've thought about it now, stop thinking about it. And that's the end of that. And I'll not think about it then for, until like later on that day or the next day or something. But it's very important to not just obsess with it, because if you're obsessed with it, you'll get so mentally drained. And that's it, it's all mental. The actual, when you break it all kind of down, it's nothing different to what we do in training. And, we do hard sparring in training. I know who I'm fighting against. We both know how to box. We both know what happens if you get caught. So we all know what's there. It's just the different setting. It's just, the music, the event of it all, people watching, music, lights, all these things just make it seem like a bigger thing than it is. In reality, we're just two guys just, essentially doing what we do in training, but just a bit faster and a bit harder, and obviously with spectators. And I think keeping it out of your mind keeps you fresher in the long run. So I think last time I was doing it, I was very, very worried about my back. So I'd just come back from a back injury and I was kind of nursing myself back to full health while training. This time now, I've got a lot more clarity because I don't have any of them issues. So I'm kind of just taking along, just keeping calm, just waiting. But when I thought about just under a year ago, because my back wasn't in a great place, I was like missing sessions. I was doing, there was times I wasn't like really boxing because I was worried about pulling my back and making things worse. So rather than boxing, I was like running a lot, and then sometimes just not training at all because I was in a lot of discomfort. But yeah, we'll get to training now. Like I said, we're good, focus on working with a bit of speed, bit of urgency, and we'll go from there. So just finished the bags and stuff there. It was a nice light one, a little warm up, 5-10 minutes. Then did a couple of bags, slow and light. Then did a couple more, it's like 50% maybe max. Went back down to doing a couple more light rounds. Then did a couple of rounds at about 65-70%. Another finish by light round. Then just did some bodyweight stuff. So a few squats, press ups, things like that, sit ups. And yeah, it was pretty good. Just got a bit of a sweat on, nothing too intense. Gonna go now, just do them 3:30 seconds now on the assault bike, just for the old mitochondrial biogenesis. It might seem excessive, but I'm kind of just experimenting to see, do I notice anything different doing these kind of workouts than I did in the last bout, which were all very much just long distance running and that. I'm doing some more explosive stuff to see if I've got better explosive recovery in this fight. So we'll go do that, literally 30 seconds, 3-minute break. So I'm still pretty warm. I've just gone to the other gym. So I'm still pretty warm. We'll do that. Should literally take about 10 minutes and I'll get myself some new clothes for Saturday. So just chilling since training. Lunchtime. Get that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beetroot juice in. Yeah. And then we're back with the crispy chicken with the honey chili sauce homemade, and then some sticky rice, bit of spring onions, beautifully done. The dish that hasn't made an appearance in best part of a week now. And then washed down with a
ginger shots, turmeric, and protein.
Oh, then I ended up having a portion of weighed out 80 grams of popcorn because I realised I was about 400 calories under and I don't want to be under my calories, so I had another 80 grams of that. As I said before, it was a bit of carbs.